It's gonna be some fun times in crypto. There's a lot of money to be made with altcoins, and today I would like to discuss 5 brand new altcoins that you can catch early, because the key in crypto is simply to be early. So if you feel like I'm gonna like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and let's get right into it. So first of all, the altcoin market, to go over it real quick. This is the others, right? This is everything except the top 10. So no Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, but also no Dogecoin, Solana, XRP, Cardano. But really the altcoin market, except for some high caps and some stables. And if you look at this on the monthly chart, we have been mooning. Right now, there could be a decent correction that brings us back with 20, 30, maybe 40% that happens in crypto. And we get some good entries on the coins that are now available on the market. It's always a good time to allocate, to have a good bag to ride it to the moon if the bull market goes crazy. But most money is not sitting there. As you know, if you are familiar with the channel at least, I'm talking so much about launchpads. And that's how we made a lot of money. 50x's have been made on the channel so far, and we're doing great. But the best is yet to come, by far. If we look at one of the blue chip launchpads, which is Seedify, and the releases that they have done, you can see that the highest ROI is 700x, 200x basically, 170, 110, 70x. Most of those happened at the end of 2021. October, August, November, December, November. ChainGPT was a great exception of that. You know, strong projects could still do very well in a bear market. Or at least in a, not a bear market anymore, but, you know, not a full raging bull yet. But again, December, November, September, October, all in 2021. Now, if we look at the crypto market and we compare a little bit where we are right now to where we were in the last cycle, it looks like we are kind of, you know, over here. We are around the halving, just, you know, flirting with the all-time high, but not really convincing, making big new all-time highs yet. And that's likely to happen when the full raging bull is happening. That's likely in a year from now or so, that everything goes completely parabolic. And then the projects that release, oh, you know, they're gonna explode. They're gonna do absolutely amazing. So therefore, I would like to discuss a couple of projects that are about to release, and one of them I think on the list has just released, because not everybody can get into pre-sales. Therefore, check out Web3 Whales. That's my project. We invest in these pre-sales for you. You just take the Web3 Whales token and get the share that we get. But sometimes it is actually not that bad of an idea to buy a new coin on the open market after it got listed. If you look, for example, at ChainGPT, there was a great example of a coin that if you missed a pre-sale on, which was over here, right? Yeah, you wrote this all this way up, you missed that, but it, you know, found some rest right here, and after that it still pulled off an easy 10x, and that's what it did so far. I think ChainGPT has a lot more room to grow in this specific case, but the same goes for AiTech. Fuck, Mr. Pre-sale, okay, then whatever, buy it here, and look what it did. It did a 30x. Right? It's absolutely crazy. And I got a lot of these examples. So you don't necessarily have to be in the pre-sale itself. Do be a little careful though, because if you know, buy it on the open market, there are people ready to dump on you. But sometimes people dump too fast and they dump it and then the price goes up. So let's discuss the 5 projects that I'm currently looking at. First one is Bloodloop. This game is highly anticipated. This is absolutely crazy. The hype that it gets for crypto, the graphics are insane. It is smooth, and they are working on a gameplay which makes it super addictive. They have their in-game NFTs, they have it all, and they also have exclusivity. Exclusivity. Dutch. I am Dutchitivity. But it was very hard for people to get their hands on this and to get a big allocation. That's a good thing, because in my opinion, when Bloodloop drops, everybody feels like, I don't have enough of these tokens. I want to get more exposure because I think this game is going to be fantastic. And that will create a good buying pressure on the open market. Now, if you are fast enough, you might be able to get your hands on some Bloodloop tokens. This is incubated by Seedify. Their private sale or the seed sale, whatever, was also in Neo Tokyo and maybe somewhere else. With Web3 Wheels, we got in on Neo Tokyo and Seedify. Seedify is yet to come, by the way, but we're going to get in. But overall, I also feel like, man, I don't have enough. And this is really making me super bullish. What's also just important for me is that a lot of big people, projects, whatever, they are all following Bloodloop. Everybody in the space knows about Bloodloop and they follow Bloodloop, right? That says something. If they had a list with 3 followers that I follow, I would have been like, okay, no important eyes on you, so why should I care? In this case, everybody is following them. Now, what's also very smart, in my opinion, is that they build on AVAX, right? The biggest crypto game ever, which is off the grid, is also being built on AVAX, right? AVAX and gaming, peanut butter and jelly, bro. It's perfect. It's meant to be. And also, if you feel like, man, I'm gonna miss out on Bloodloop or whatever, get maybe some exposure to AVAX. That whole ecosystem will benefit from the success that Bloodloop will have. I think this is a big no-brainer. The vesting is also really not standing in the way for the people that buy it on the open market. We, as the pre-salers, get 12.5% on TGE. Then we have to wait for a month, and then we get the rest vested over 10 months. So that's pretty long, which is healthy for the price. Now, if you look at the private sale, that's even 5% TGE, 3 months cliff, and 15% vesting, right? So it is definitely not bad. And if you look at the strategic sale or the seed sale, they get like even way longer, 5% TGE. They have to wait for 8 months, and then they get barely 4% every month. So there is a very slow dilution in the coin, which allows people on the open market to get in without being dumped on like it, well, usually does. And what's so interesting is that their fully diluted market cap is just $30 million. It sounds like a lot, but in a bull market with a single game with so much hype, $30 million, that's not a lot. If you look at an Elysium, for example, or a, man, you name it, even a Star Atlas or an Axie, right? Things could get way out of hand. And with an initial market cap of 500K, and that's probably excluding liquidity, but still that's low cap. That's really low cap. So if you are really fast, you can get your hands on a good price. However, I think that once it releases, it automatically releases with a, I don't know. I cannot talk about, and I cannot speculate about price, of course, because then I'm just sucking something out of my thumb. But I think it has a lot of potential, in my opinion. And this is a beautiful long-term hold for the coming bull market. Next one is OrangeDX. Now, depending on when you watch the video, they're gonna have their startup on Gate. They're gonna list on Gate MXC, and who knows what they're gonna list on in the future. They have a pretty decent lineup of VCs as well that's invested. So that's really good to see because they raise quite some money, right? And they can use that money for, well, like example, listings, liquidity, working on the product, marketing, airdrops. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but they can do a lot. And what is it? It's a Bitcoin protocol platform to trade, bridge, launch, earn, borrow, and lend. So it's basically a full DeFi system / hub where you can basically do everything. And that is something that I am very much supporting. It makes things easier. Crypto is hard enough, man. Let's be honest. If you are really much into crypto, you know your way around bridging there and doing this and this and that. But overall, if we want to have mainstream adoption, we must come out of our own crypto bubble and make it easy for the people that we want to have in crypto. Now, that's exactly what OrangeDX is doing, and I really support that. I really like that. They have a pretty decent lineup of launchpads. Was on Pools Finance, like I said, the Gate startup. also on TrustSwap, on Finceptor. Finceptor, very much underrated launchpad, by the way. So I kind of like that they are there as well. And if we look at the valuations, this is pretty good. Okay, the market cap initially $2.3 million, the fully diluted $8.5 million. Usually, if a new project releases, you see a huge gap. I don't see a huge gap right there. I can see it. That's pretty crazy. And how come? It's mostly because of the 100% TGE that you get when the token launches. So the pre-sale people, and that's good to think about as well, if you missed the pre-sale for this one, if you feel like, okay, I didn't participate in the pre-sale and I want to get exposure, let it list. Wait for a couple of hours, a couple of days. Everybody in the pre-sale, they probably already dumped their tokens because that's just how Launchpad people are. They just get money and they feel like, okay, let's take it, dump it, and I have a little profit, if any. And then that's already on the market, that's dumped, and then you can get in for maybe even a cheaper price. I don't know. Like, I think that this has a lot of potential. And for the people that weren't in the pre-sale, this is a really good opportunity. So like I said, it's kind of a all-in-one platform, right? You can trade right there, but also launch. Now, that's where I'm getting a little hot inside, because you can participate in IDOs, ILOs, INOs, initial NFT offerings, etc., and liquidity bootstrapping on OrangeDX. Secure your spot to invest in premier early-stage projects. So it is also a launchpad. Hey, like launchpads are popping off the ground everywhere. But as long as they're successful, I want to be part of that. Cool. Maximize rewards with OrangeDX advanced DeFi mechanisms, including staking, farming, restaking, and vault rewards. So it's also a way to generate passive income, and that's basically what you want to do in a bull market. And bridge, right? Easily and securely bridge from Bitcoin to EVM chains with OrangeDX. More chains will be added later. So that's pretty nice if you have money here and you feel like I want to put my money from Bitcoin to Ethereum or, you know, the BNB chain. I don't know what chains exactly. Easy. Their exchange looks like just a simple an exchange that everybody knows how to use. That's what we want. We really want to make things easy, and that's what they are all about. So I will make a full video about this project as well, so to go more in depth and you know exactly how it works. But already knowing about it can definitely not hurt. So if you go to their app, you can already see that it redirects you to their Launchpad side of things. So it looks like this might come first, which I think is really interesting. And that just gives a massive utility to the token, and it takes away a lot of selling pressure as well, because people need to stake the token to get allocations, right? So in that case, it could be that it launches, big dip, opportunity there, and then goes up. I don't know, that's too much of a prediction for me, but sorry, that's what I can see happen with this one. Next one is one that I talked about earlier, and it is now finally coming. This is Legends of Elysium, also a crypto game, and I love crypto gaming, especially in a bull market. It can go absolutely crazy. It's a free-to-play fantasy fusion and trading card and board game with no entry barrier. Now, this is really interesting. They have some of the top gaming launchpads behind them, okay? They're gonna list on SpartaDEX, a launchpad that I talked about earlier on the channel as well. SpartaDEX, very much underrated if you ask me. They release a lot of interesting games. Their whole platform is amazing. I talked about it before, so go check out that video. This video is not about them, but shout out to them. But also on Dicubate, one of the leading launchpads out there, most innovative, clean UI, great team behind it. And they really pick like some really good projects lately. And they're also launching on GameFi. Myself, less familiar with that, but GameFi also has a great reputation. So they have a list of 3 top-notch launchpads, which is super important. Also, a lot of eyes on them if you look at who is following them right there. I think that this could be a really interesting one. Now, let's take a look at a real quick look at the website, and the valuations is actually what I want to discuss in this video right here. So if you click play now, if we look here, it's pretty interesting. So let it load for a while. Let's go back to the website first. So you have a whole story behind it, who it is, what it does. We have information about the team, of course. But let's go back a real little bit. You can see their teaser, teaser right here, cinematic trailer, of course. But this already looks pretty interesting to me. It's obvious that they spend a lot of time on this, and the graphics look absolutely phenomenal. This looks like the type of game that people from outside of crypto feel like, hey, great game, let me play that, right? And not just people in crypto like, oh, there's a crypto game, maybe I can make some money with that. Fuck that, that time has been. That time is done for now. So I absolutely love this. You can already play the game, which is super important. And in my opinion, it's a bit of a must. Because why is a crypto gaming token valuable? Because they have a game which is fun to play, and people want the token so they can get, you know, better or can get upgrades in the game. If you have the gaming token but there's no game yet, then there is literally only a promise that makes you want to hold the token. But there's no like utility for the token. Yeah, maybe you can stake the token or whatever, but like you holding on to it in the hope that the game will come and that it's good. Well, you already know what you're investing in this case, right? With the complete team right there, you have an interesting roadmap. Do check it out. And let's take a look at the tokenomics. So this is a little sheet of the tokenomics right there. The initial market cap, excluding liquidity, is $300,000. That's very motherfucking low. Sorry. But it's not a lot. It's not a lot. If you look at the fully diluted valuation of the public sale, it's $10 million. Fully diluted. Right? Fully diluted. Sorry, I hope the sound wasn't messing it all up. So 300K initial market cap, excluding liquidity. And from the public sale, I said 10 million fully diluted. That's extremely low. The seed sale is even half of it. It's even half of it. But then again, seed sale usually has a way longer vesting. And we can confirm that right here. If we look at the IDO, you get 20% on TGE, which is quite a lot. Then you get a monthly vesting after the second month for 8 months. So 2-month cliff, 8 months vesting. That's way better than the seed sale, which is 5% TGE, 4-month cliff, and 16 months vesting. So the seed sale is not really standing in the way. The strategic sale is a lot better already. If we look at the private sale, it's decent, but the public sale actually looks pretty good to me. Also, we'll go more in depth about this project, but I absolutely love the type of projects that are coming out right now. And you will be able to get it on Decubate still and on SpartaDEX. So go check it out. If you want to have some early access, this is still possible. Another one, but again, this is, I did it before, but this is again more of an honorable mention because this one is already out there, and this is YourAI. And YourAI is an AI-driven e-commerce project. Your protocol is the world's first AI-driven content layer for e-commerce built on Bitcoin and Solana. So two of the hottest chains at the moment. A very hot niche as well. Love it. Great team behind it. And we talked about this pre-sale. Before the pre-sale happened, it went, you could have got it for a cent. And I think this is now sitting at 20, 30 cents, something like that. The thing is, if we look at YourAI, which is the ticker, you can see it's sitting at 30 cents, right? It has a 300 million fully diluted market cap. So yeah, the fully diluted market cap is quite high. But then again, don't let it scare you off without looking at any vesting, okay? If we look at the token sale, you can see, for example, that the IDO happened on DAOmaker. And they got 50% at the TGE and then 15% each month thereafter. So it still takes some time before it's getting vested. And if you look at the rest of the vesting, you can see that in CryptoRank, always very easy. you can see seed sale takes a long time, all the way into next year. Pre-seed takes a very, very, very long time. The private sale takes a very long time. The KOL round takes a very long time. So it's not that all these tokens are being diluted within now and like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. It takes more than a year. And for 1.5 actually for some of these sales to actually get diluted, right? So it is actually not as scary as it sometimes sounds. Like, whoa, big fully diluted. Fuck that. It means nothing. It's a bull market, right? If you look at the last bull market, we had Gala, Elysium, also big fully diluted. And what these prices do, they moon because people don't care about it. They just want to be in a good project. And what I like, the product, right? It's actually something that people want to use and that people are gonna use, and they use it outside of crypto. So why not in crypto, right? People play games outside of crypto and they now play games within crypto. With e-commerce, it's nothing different, and e-commerce will never go away. And for some reason, it wasn't really there yet. So it's a hole in the market. And the next one and the last one, all in the sake of safety, which is what we really need in crypto, is Interswap. The first fully composable native asset cross-chain AMN with undefined liquidity built on top of the Acceler network. Interswap enables secure seamless swaps of native assets across chains with a single transaction. And it's not like a bridge, right? Bridges are very volatile for hacks and very dangerous when it comes to that. Not a bridge, okay? It's not a bridge. So I like Interswap. Some big eyes on them as well, which is super important, of course. And this is going to release on Decubate and on Occam Razor. I don't know about that one. I haven't heard about that. Maybe it's good to look into. But the price for the IDO here is 25 cents. While the price here is 15 cents, but it's also the IDO. I don't know about that. I have to look into it. But the only chance for me to get into it is through Decubate. And Decubate is really known for releasing some good projects. So definitely check out Interswap. I think that this could be the project that's on the low building a very good product, but people are mostly focused on, yeah, let's go with memes and fuck that. And you actually want to have a good product in the market, right? And that's exactly what Interswap is. And it looks like, hey, it's very simple. It's now on testnet, so you can check it if it works, right? So you can use Arbitrum, Ethereum, Avalanche, but well, all these lists of testnets to see how it actually works. And that's a really good thing to actually let people try before they bring the actual product, right? They want to make sure that it's that it's what it's need to be actually. So it looks simple. It looks like not too flashy, not too, too many things on the website that we don't actually need. Professional team behind it. Don't underestimate Interswap. That's all I'm saying. Don't underestimate it. Research it. Look into it. Could be a banger. Really, a banger. So that's it for today, guys. If you like the content, please like the content, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. Let me know, what of these 5 projects do you like most? Give me a good reason why you like that project most, and I'm going to pick a winner that wins $100 so you can use it to invest in one of these projects, to help each other out a little bit. For now, thanks for watching. Take care.